Portland Trail Blazers. I have them projected to be the 7th seed in the West, going 45-37 on the year. Portland is a very interesting team. The starting lineup is probably going to be something like Dame, CJ, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Yusuf Nurkic. Pretty much the same as it was last year. The only difference, or the only change they really made was they traded Derrick Jones Jr. and I forgot who they got back. Because it was a 3-team trade between the Heat, Blazers, and Bulls. Right? No, not the Heat. The Heat weren't involved. It was the Bulls, Blazers, and somebody. Cavs. Yeah. They got Larry Nance Jr. Yes. So Larry Nance Jr. could start for them, but I think they're still going to go with Robert Covington. But, yeah. Dame is in an interesting situation. But you guys probably don't want to hear about. I'll talk about Dame for a bit, and then I'm going to talk about the rest of the team. Yeah, Dame is in a very interesting situation. His team is nowhere near good enough to win a championship. They're not even in the conversation. People are saying they've already peaked with that conference finals appearance. Dame is slowly getting more and more unhappy. The coach that was there when he was drafted and who's been there for his whole career got fired and replaced by Chauncey Billups. And pretty much actually, no, I'm not gonna go there. By Chauncey Billups, and now it's just the team isn't looking great, and it doesn't look like he's gonna be winning anything anytime soon. He could go the loyalty route, stay with the team or most of his career at least, and try to win them a championship. Anyways, that could be a waste of his prime. Since right now he's in his prime, and you could say his prime is more 2020, but he's like around the time of his prime, so you'd think that he wants to win now. But I don't know what's going through Dame's head. Nobody knows except Dame. At the end of the day, he could come out tomorrow and say, "Oh, I'm requesting a trade." So you never know what's gonna happen. Dame, it doesn't look like he's very unhappy in Portland right now. Because the Heat always dies down with trade rumors. It goes up and dies down. Because it went up with Bradley Beal and went down with Bradley Beal. It went up with Dame, went down with Dame. And now it's going up with Ben Simmons. Eventually, at one point, it's going to go down with Ben Simmons. So, Dame, if the rumors do come back up, either he's going to actually get traded, or they're going to come back down. So, Dame is he's averaging 30 points per game on a mid-team, and I don't know if I like that for him. I want Dame to win, but at the same time, he's happy in Portland. The team is happy with Dame. So as long as they're happy, I guess that's all that matters. Dame, do your thing. Do your whole loyalty thing. If I were you, I wouldn't do the same, but you do you, my guy. Moving on to the rest of the team. CJ McCollum, his co-star. I mean, he's really the reason. Him stepping out of bounds is really the reason that they didn't get past the Nuggets. They could have beaten the Nuggets in that series, just CJ stepped out of bounds. It's crazy that Dame dropped 55 points in the game, and they still lost. And what was it, double overtime or something? And it reminds me of that game from 2019, Nuggets versus Blazers. That one was crazy when Rodney Hood came in the clutch, and it was but that game CJ choked and they lost the rest of the series. So CJ, I guess, have a good year. I don't really have much to say about CJ. This team in general, I don't have much to say about it except for Dame. Dame is just the main guy who I talk about. I could talk about the Derrick Jones Jr. trade, so I guess they had Derrick Jones Jr. before, who was a highlight player and a good defender, a good wing defender, forward defender. But, oh my gosh, that was huge. Okay, that was a huge yawn. I'm sorry, but okay. Yeah, Derrick Jones Jr. was a highlight player and a decent defender. And you got back Larry Nance Jr., who's also a really good defender. What the heck is that noise? Okay. He's also a really good defender and a pretty decent highlight player, actually. A lot of people forgot about when Larry Nance Jr. was on the Lakers and he was posterizing people. Like, I remember he posterized Jared Allen, I think. He posterized KD. Did he posterize KD? Now I'm starting to forget. Did he posterize KD? He posterized somebody really good, and it was really nice. Mainly he gets those from his dad, the athleticism, but I mean, you know, Larry Nance Jr. here, and I guess that's a bit of an improvement from Derrick Jones, and maybe it helps them win a few more games, but I don't see it being that much of an impact on their team. They're always going to be a good regular season team, but they're not good enough to be a great team in the playoffs. So either the team does something to help Dame win, Dame stays there for the rest of his career or most of his career and loses, or Dame leaves and tries to win a ring. And I think that after seeing Giannis especially, now Dame wants to stay loyal, do it the right way, quote unquote, do it the right way, and win a championship for Portland. And I expect it, but I don't know if it'd be the best decision for him career-wise. At the end of the day, like I said before, Dame, you do you. That'll be it for this video. I was going to talk a bit about Norman Powell, but there's really nothing to say about Norman Powell, because, you know, so, yeah, so, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share, comment below any tips, tricks, or ideas you having me, or topics you want me to talk about. I always say ideas. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.